ChatGPT is an AI-powered language model. It uses artificial intelligence to generate text that sounds really similar to how a normal human being might talk, which means when you ask it a question, it'll respond like a person might. As AI becomes more popular, a lot of people are using it to make their lives easier. ChatGPT is a really accessible tool that helps the average person do just that. If you're a business owner, even better. ChatGPT can help you automate various aspects of your customer interaction, support, and internal processes. ChatGPT does have a free subscription option, but if you want to go over the 500-word limit and the 10-minute cooldown period, you need to get ChatGPT Plus, which is about $20 a month. Though ChatGPT is very cool and impressive, it does have some limitations, most notably information inaccuracies. Sometimes it's just wrong, and sometimes if it's not wrong, it's weird. So if you're using it for anything you're going to publish or distribute to the public, you're going to want to make sure to fact check and proofread. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to help you out while you build your website. We'll go over using it to help you write website and blog content, to make design decisions, to create a sitemap, to help with code, and to do keyword research. Let's get started. Okay, here we are starting out at ChatGPT. Now the link for this is in the description below. And I'm pretty sure you have to create an account even for the free version, but after you do that, you're going to come to a screen that looks kind of like this. So the first thing I want to show you is how to do keyword research for your website. Keyword research is when you look up certain keywords for your industry to see which you should use to target for the pages of your website. When you know the keywords people are searching for, you know what you can create content for to then get higher in the search engines. Now, ChatGPT is really great for general things, but you are still going to want to use a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush if you need more detailed data. So let's start out really general, and I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to give me 20 popular keywords for information technology. So there we go. I got that typed here in the bottom, and then I'm going to click this green arrow. And here are 20 popular keywords related to information technology. Note that to copy it, you can just go ahead and click this little icon right here. So that way you can paste it in a doc and come back to it later. So now that you have the most popular keywords from your industry, you can take one of those keywords and go even deeper. Like, let's say you're interested in blockchain, you can go ahead and copy that and then say, give me 10 keywords for blockchain, and then click the icon or hit enter. And then we have 10 keywords related to blockchain. So you see how this is giving us a lot of important information that we can do to design the website and structure the pages of the website. If you pay attention to SEO at all, you've probably heard something called long tail keywords. These are great because they're more detailed, so they tend to have less competition. So we can also use ChatGPT to find long tail keywords. So let's go ahead and we'll copy cryptocurrency and we'll ask, find 10 long tail keywords for cryptocurrency. And then we get even more detailed keywords, even more specific keywords. These are going to be really great for like blog posts. Another great thing to do to try to get ideas for blog posts or try to figure out what questions people are asking. So you could also say something like, give me a list of questions about cryptocurrency. And now we've got a list of questions people usually ask about cryptocurrency, which would be great for a blog post for an information technology website. You can also use ChatGPT for competitor research. So we could write something like, what are the most popular websites for information technology? Hit enter. There you go. Now you got a list of a bunch of competitors who you could research and see what they're doing good and what you can do good also. Now that we've got a bunch of keywords from our keyword research, we can also use ChatGPT to make a sitemap. And if you're not sure what a sitemap is, it's a list of the pages in a website and how they're connected to each other. So right here, I'm saying, write me a sitemap for an IT company website. And there we go. We have a sample sitemap. Again, you're going to want to go through these and make sure they make sense. Because as a web designer, your homepage doesn't have subpages. Your homepage is just a summary of the rest of the site, though these can be things that are on the homepage. Same for About Us. You could have all these things on different pages, or it could be on the About page. So again, this is a great example of ChatGPT helping you a lot, but you still need to use your brain to make sure the information it gives you makes sense. With that being said, let's move on to web content. Now, I do use ChatGPT for web content sometimes, though it is more work than other things that I do use ChatGPT for, because I do have to proofread a lot. I have to look it over a lot and make sure everything makes sense. I also want to talk a little bit about AI content and how it might affect your search engine rankings. Google rewards high quality content, however it's produced. If you make trustworthy content that showcases your authority, experience, and expertise, it doesn't matter if you wrote it yourself or if ChatGPT wrote it for you. But you still have to be careful. There is something called duplicate content, and if you have content on your website that exists on another website on the internet, your search engine rankings may be affected by that. So when I make web content with ChatGPT, in addition to fact checking and proofreading that you have to do anyway with AI content, I also try to make some changes so it's original to my website. Also, remember that using automation, including AI and ChatGPT, to generate content with the main purpose of manipulating your ranking and search engine results is a violation of Google's spam policies, and your search engine ranking will be affected if you do that. And Google will catch you because they know. So, as always, if you care about your search engine rankings, make sure you are producing high quality content, whether you write it yourself, hire somebody else to write it, or use AI to write it for you. Now, let's write some content. So, in addition to asking the questions that people usually ask about a certain topic, your industry, we can also just ask for specific blog post topics. So, I'm going to write here, give me blog post topics for an IT business website. You can say a number here. If you specifically want a certain number of blog post topics, we can say like 10. Give me 10 blog post topics, or you can just leave it open and ChatGPT will just give you a random bunch. So there we go, 10 blog post topics and a little description on what each one is about. And then we can go ahead and just copy one of these blog post topics and then say down here, write me a blog post about, paste it, and then hit enter. And there you go, you've got the blog post. And again, I know I've said this a million times in this video so far, but this is where you really have to fact check and you really have to proofread, and you just have to make sure nothing sounds dumb or weird. And it's very, very important that you do that before you put it on your website, because you don't want your customers to think that you are dumb or weird. In addition to blog posts, we can also, of course, create regular content pages. So we can scroll up here to our sitemap and we can just say something like, write a web page about services for an IT company website. And there we go, content for a services page. And of course, you're going to want to make sure this matches the rest of your website. If you have sub pages for the different services, you want them to match with the list on the main services page. And you also want to make sure that your call to action is the same everywhere. And of course, I sound like a broken record, but proofread, fact check, make sure it doesn't sound dumb. So something I personally think ChatGPT is really good for website content is writing a bio or an about page for your company, because I feel like people really have a difficult time talking about themselves and their business. So you can use ChatGPT for this. So first I'm going to show you how to write an about page, and then I'm going to show you a trick on how to get your bio. So for your about page, I like to be pretty detailed here. You want to give information about your specific business. So I put here, write an about page for my company's website. We are an IT business in Fort Lauderdale that works with small businesses to provide these services: hardware repair and replacement, computer maintenance, malware remover, OS, install, PC builds, and networking. So I would suggest doing something similar for you. Write your industry, write your location, and then write the services you provide. Now I'm going to hit enter. And there we go. Now we've got an about page. So next I want to show you the trick I have for a bio. You can actually take your resume, copy it, and paste it in ChatGPT and have it write your bio for you. So I'm going to take this resume I have right here, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to head back into ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, write a bio for, and then you're going to put in your name. And then I'm going to say, using this resume. And then I'm going to just paste it in and hit enter. And there we go. Now we have a bio, but I don't really like how this bio is laid out, and it's too long. So I'm going to copy all this again, and I'm going to say, condense this into 3 paragraphs. And then I'm going to paste it and then hit enter. And this is actually 5 paragraphs, so let's try this again. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to say condense this into 3 paragraphs. Oh, and I'm also going to spell paragraphs right, and then I'm going to paste it, hit enter. And you know what? ChatGPT got it down to 4, and maybe it's just telling me that 3 paragraphs doesn't make sense for this amount of information. So I'm going to trust artificial intelligence now and stop fighting with it and just accept that this is the bio. And this is a fine size bio for a website reason, honestly. Next thing we can use ChatGPT for is design ideas. So if you're unsure about a color scheme for your website, ChatGPT can tell you the color scheme that makes sense for your business and your target market. So right here I've got in, give me some color scheme ideas for an IT business that serves small businesses, and then I'm going to hit enter. And we've got some color scheme ideas. And not only did they just give us some ideas for colors, but it also told us a little bit about why it chose those colors. We can also ask for fonts, so you don't have to spend a ton of time searching through Google Fonts to see what's available. So I'm saying here, give me some free Google Fonts that would work well for an IT business that serves small businesses. And I'm going to hit send message. And now we've got some fonts. And to finish up the design questions, if you're using WordPress, which you should be using WordPress, you can go ahead and ask which theme it thinks you should use. So I'm asking what free WordPress theme would be best for an IT business, and I'm hitting enter. And we've got some themes. And the last thing I want to go over in this video is how ChatGPT can help you out with code for your website. Now, I only know CSS and HTML, so that's what I'm going to show you here, but it is very useful for CSS and HTML and also other languages like JavaScript and PHP. So what I'm saying here is write me a CSS code for the red box class that makes the background red with 1 pixel width border. Now, if you know CSS, you know the class is what's on an element that tells it what to style. So we are styling what would be an element with the red box class on it. Now let's hit enter. So there we go. We've got code, and we don't just have code, but we have code and we have explanations and we have comments in the code, and we have it in this little area that's really easy for you to copy it. You can also use ChatGPT to write HTML for you. Specifically, I'm going to use an example here to write a HTML code for table with 5 columns and 3 rows, because even though I've been writing HTML for over 20 years now, I still hate writing tables. So let's hit enter and let's watch ChatGPT very easily write as HTML for a table. And that's it. Now you know how to use ChatGPT to help build your website. If I was helpful to you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you're building your own website, make sure to check the description to get a free download of the 9-step website roadmap to DIY your first website. It will guide you through everything you need to do to make and launch your website from start to finish. Thanks so much for watching.